Yo, what's going on, guys? Speci here. Today, I have built a Northern Realms list. We started in a Vicious Slash, but we've moved over to Uprising. It's a little bit different to the ones you'll normally see. It is a Devotion deck, and the power potential is here. We are yet to see just how good it is, but I've got a bit of confidence in it, I would say. It's focusing around this card, Mad Charge, or not focusing around it, but this is the card I've sort of been looking at. It was in the King Bellahan list, and if you're not sure what it does, it is now boosting an allied unit by 4 and giving 2 armor. But if you control a knight, you also get vitality. So this is a 7-point card that buffs and gives armor as well, which is kind of crazy. As well, vitality has potential synergy with Trident Infantry. So a Mad Charge on a Trident is 10 points plus armor. Also, it can be used on cards like Anna, on cards like Reynard to protect them, as well as being used on cards like Einsis as well to potentially increase their duel. So lots of potential synergies with this card, and just a great points value card. The other thing that it does as well is it gives you an alternative warfare card for John Natalis. A lot of the time you're going to be using Boiling Oil, which of course is a great card, but if you think it's basically just a Thunder. How many Thunders get into other factions' decks? Pretty much none, right? Okay, Squirtle gets their Rebukes, but Rebuke plays for a lot more points than a Boiling Oil does. So it gives you a really nice alternative on John Natalis that's also cheaper, saving you a provision, which is going to increase the power of the rest of your deck. So as I mentioned, it is Devotion. No surprises that we're running AA as well then. So just to show you the other cards that sort of synergize really well with Mad Charge, you've got the lesser spotted Redanian Archer, a card that I really have always liked. Obviously, if this card gets removed, it feels kind of bad. So if you don't know what Archer does, it comes in at 2 strength with 2 armor. And as long as it's got armor, it gains a charge each turn. And the charge damages an enemy. So you could do some nice things with this, like lining up Falibors, lining up Revenants if you play them. That's something I've used it a lot. But what we're actually using in this deck as the main sort of payoff is this Cintrian Knight. So this bronze package is sort of what caught my attention. The Cintrian Knight recently getting a buff. It's now 3 power. It is also a knight, so it's going to give us that knight 3 vitality if it's on the board on our Mad Charge. And it's a 7-point card with 2 removal. There's 5-point body, 2 removal, and then 2 vitality. Also, it's going to synergize with our Uprising because it's going to boost itself up. Just a pretty good card if you can line up those 2 strength units, which hopefully our Archer is going to be able to do. Obviously, if our Archer, if the armor's removed off it, I can now use Mad Charge on it to get some more armor and keep that engine going as well, which is really, really nice. Mad Charge as well works well on Trident Infantry. So this bronze package just seems to be really, really good. Another card that makes sense when you're running this Archer is the recently buffed Adalia. Adalia obviously giving a shield to a unit. As long as you're not scared of amnesties, Adalia on an Archer can just really, really power you through. Especially then if they remove the shield, you could then buff it up with something like a Mad Charge. We're also using Royal Guards and Kerack Marines, because this is a big payoff for Devotion. This card is so good. It's like a gold card for 4 provisions in many ways. Being able to buff units by 4 is incredibly powerful because you can keep up all your engines alive at will, really. It's obviously really good with frigates a lot of the time. And that is actually one of the most controversial things about this list as it stands. I'm not using any frigates. And that's because instead of frigates, I'm looking for like another good Adalia target that also synergizes well with our Tridents. And that is, of course, the recently buffed Drummers. And if you just look at this bronze list, it's very engine heavy, but lots of synergy involved in these cards as well. You've got your Archers and Drummers as your main engines. You've got your Tridents, which synergize nice with your Drummers. You've got your Knights, which synergize well with your Archers. And then you've also got your Raw Guards, which can give armor, and your Marines to protect all your engines as well. So lots of synergy, but lots of engines and cards you want to get down on the board as soon as possible. So as soon as you introduce frigates, you've just kind of got a few too many engines. So definitely something I'm going to consider is throwing in some frigates as we move forward. But there's also some engines in the gold package as well. So moving on to other cards that obviously work well with this. Anna is one that of course stands out. Great with your Trident Infantries and your Drummers, as well as really good with your Marines and Royal Guards. She's also a fantastic target for this Mad Charge as well, because giving Anna armor can be really, really useful for sure. So nice option to have there. Also, we're using Reynard again. A good payoff. Also, Reynard being a knight gives like another proc for Mad Charge. So obviously Reynard with Uprising means you can just give him 1 little point buff to stay out of the range of Parasite and things like that, which you can also do with Anna. So Uprising makes a lot of sense of all these boosts. that are going around. And I think this is just a really nice package to have in our deck. Very, very good cards for their provision costs if they get value. Like, your only really risky card is this Archer, to be completely honest, and I think it's okay to have a couple of risky cards in there. If they're removing your Archers, in all honesty, they're still going to struggle with dealing with your Drummers, dealing with your Anna, dealing with your Reynard. So we've got a lot of engines, but hopefully not too many, right? That's the objective. So obviously another big payoff of running Devotion is the man Varaxus. He's incredibly good in round 3 because he's going to have that Veil and also boost soldiers. So if you've got Reynard and Varaxus down, all of your soldiers are going to get buffed by 2, which is just kind of crazy. No surprises to see Falibor in the deck, as well as Ironsace and Baron. These are going to be big payoff cards for your Varaxus, while also just synergizing fantastic with Uprising. Obviously, Ironsace a Knight as well, so another way of proccing your Mad Charge for that 3 Vitality. Also, very, very good option. If you dump Ironsace down in the front row, you might want to use a Mad Charge on him to get even more value off that Varaxus a little bit later on, because armor in duels is pretty nice. It's a good thing to have. 16 provisions left. That is a lot, right? So, obviously, you could go for like a 9 and a 5, a 9 and a 7, an 8 and an 8, a 10 and a 6, or something else. So, obviously, a few of you are going to be saying, okay, there's some good options, like Vandergrift is decent in this deck, like a Black Railer. My problem with Vandergrift in this particular list is that we don't have a Neuromancy. Kira, also a really good option with your Tridems. There's good cards like you could go for a Frigate and a 10, but there's no 10s we can actually use, so that kind of rules that one out. You could go for like an Oil and, well, there's no 11. So basically, you're looking at going like for a 12 and a 4, maybe, or like an 8 and an 8. But there is a card I really want to include in this deck, and that is the Kwadeni Knight. Recently getting the Soldier tag, which, you know, does give you a little bit of value of your Reynard, sort of, with your Varaxus. But what this card gives you, it's a Knight, which is always nice, because, you know, it's going to help your Mad Charge. It just gives you a tremendous amount of reach with your AA, and it also gives you the potential of a fantastic short round. This card, played through Amphibious Assault, comes in at 12 points. So let's say I'm going second, I can just play some of these slow engines like Archers. My opponent thinks that I can't catch up, and then I suddenly just play AA into Kwadeni Knight after he passes for a tremendous amount of reach. If I've got engines like the Drummer down, like Anna down, that are going to gain points after I pass as well, like you can be up to like 20 points behind and still catch up with a Kwadeni Knight, which is just nuts. So I absolutely love a single one of these cards in this deck. It gives you a really nice tempo option that's not investing a big gold card like Falibor. Just a fantastic option, and it sort of helps replace the Frigate. A lot of the time the Frigate's going to be a really nice option off AA. It sort of helps you justify not including that Frigate off your AA. Obviously, you still got nice options like Drummers, Archers, Royal Guards, Marines. All of these cards are pretty good off AA, but this is just such a nice option to have. Of course, the big downside of this card is just making sure you don't draw into it on your final mulligan, but you can work your way around it. Now, 12 provisions. It's Philip, right? War Elephant, baby. Gonna give it a go. It makes a lot of sense in this list because it's going to catch people off guard. Obviously, very, very susceptible to Heatwave, Tool Punish, but a lot of the time, they're already going to have sunk their Heatwave into something like an Anna, something like a Reynard, even like a Tridem that's been buffed with a Mad Charge. So this card makes a lot of sense in this list, and it can play for 16 points if you play it next to 2 soldiers, which our deck is filled with soldiers. And also, it's an extra Varaxus target, so it gives you some flexibility in that. If you imagine a short round 3 of AA, Varaxus, and War Elephant, AA playing Kwadeni Knight, that is just an absolutely ridiculous amount of points. And Chom in the chat has said this deck seems stacked at the top end. It is, right? If you draw your gold cards with this deck, you're going to have just so much power. And, like, this is what you want to do with decks a lot of the time, is you want to stack the top end and just draw your golds. But the reason as well is, like, this bronze package just feels really, really good. All of these cards seem to get a lot of value for their provision cost. So we're going to head into a game. You could maybe play around with the stratagem. You could go for like a TA. You could also go for the Crystal Skull. There is also some merit in this deck of going Engineering Solution, because like an Archer behind Engineering Solution is incredibly powerful. I'm actually going to go for it. Obviously, very risky against Poison and against Nilfgaard. But let's just give it a spin, man. Like, whatever. What could possibly go wrong? I would probably not recommend going for this. But if there's ever a deck where this stratagem makes sense, it's probably this one. So let's give it a go. Not playing a load of games with this deck, but we've been experimenting with different leaders. Yes, Driftling, this is for YouTube. Can you tell by my YouTube demeanor?
A superb specimen, truly.
Shiru? Who plays Shiru? Only noobs. Who would dare play such a list? Only bad looking individuals, I guess. It's a joke, because, you know, I play Shiru. Alright, so we're going second. I've got a Dahlia onto either an Archer or onto a Drummer. I've got 2 Marines, I guess I can kick one. Then again, I think this card's kind of dodgy against Shiru because I have so many rebukes, so I'm going to kick it. And I guess I'll kick the Roar Guard. So, this is the downside of this card. Don't be an absolute doofus like your boy Specimen. I'm drawing to it. What a stinker. Alright. Couple of options. I think it's always a Dahlia onto the Archer here. The real shame we didn't have the Cintrian Knight. I could go AA into Cintrian Knight here. It's actually not a bad play at all, really. I kind of see it. The question is he going to use a nature card turn 1? I would say probably not, so we're probably safe to just go do this. Like, he might use a leader charge here, but we're kind of happy if he wants to use a leader charge too, right? What a stinker mulligan this was, so definitely be careful of that. Learn from my mistake. So, I don't even need to call the Cintrian Knight in now, because I can just kill it with this. As I was saying. I guess the next question is, what is my next play? I mean, we can just ping his 1 strength units, right? So obviously we could, I think we want to get an engine down, so it's either the Archer or the Drummer. Accepting that both are probably going to die, we probably just go for the Archer here. Is that true? I guess we just go for the old Drummer boy.
Left, right, left, right.
Driftbring likes the War Elephant. Thank you, man. Glad you approve. Yeah, it does make sense in this list. So this is why we're just going to ping this Treant. This Rebuke doesn't really get that much value here, to be honest, so we're kind of fine with this. This is maybe where like a Roar Guard could have been a vibe. Like maybe I was supposed to AA for a Roar Guard here. We do want to win round 1 and bleed, so I think I've actually misplayed so far. I probably should have gone for this last turn. Yeah, I feel like this should have been my play last turn, rather than just giving him 3 rebuke value. He's actually got poisons, which is really surprising. Not something you see every day.
The sky'll burn with the eternal fire.
Kill the Harmony. Obviously this is given in the past, I could have maybe used 1, but he's going to have a follow-up poison, right? Okay. So obviously, like, Falibor is going to get a lot of value here. Now I've got these. It's a shame I don't have my Cintrian Knights again. But we probably just want to kill this, right? In fairness. Mad Charge is going to be not great, unfortunately, with the lack of Knights. We missed 1, 2, 3. 3 Knights? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I mean, I've got 1 Knight here. Right. So do we want to commit our Falibor against an Ethne deck? Probably not, is the answer. I think we probably just stall for a little minute here. We could just go Mad Charge to protect ourselves from any removal. It's definitely not the best. Mad Charge. This mulligan's super unfortunate, right? I feel like what did we mulligan a Royal Guard or something? But this at least, you know, it keeps me protected. It did. Are we ever going to play the Kwadeni Knight here? I could see it just being the Kwadeni Knight, honestly. I couldn't see it being the Kwadeni Knight because it wouldn't be enough points. So Mad Charge was pretty bad there, but it's just because we didn't have a Knight down. You can see the value of the archers. If they're not answered, they're very, very scary. And particularly when you're thinking you're already using drummers, and then even if they remove the armor, they might think they're safe, but then bang, you Mad Charge. Job's a good one. So the Kwadeni Knight's going to be removed here. Spoiler. So, against Shiru, we don't really want to play into a long round, but the downside is this hand kind of sucks. This hand kind of sucks. Right? We have no Viraxis. We know our opponent plays poison as well.
A superb
This
specimen.
hand
Truly.
kind of sucks, guys. I mean, how scared are we of Shiru? I'm going to say not that scared. Let's be an absolute animal and go for the round 3. What a brave man. I am in recording mode, this is true. Hi, Ben. Alright, so... let's see. Okay, I don't want this knight. At least it's in my hand now. Missing a couple of cards. Now, this is a big downside of NR, right? If you just don't draw your gold cards, it's looking like an absolute stinker. Which, spoiler alert, we've not drawn our gold cards. So it's looking like a bit of a stinker. Okay, well, there's one at least. I've got double Baron. But we unfortunately miss our War Elephant. We miss Iron Sace. We miss Anna. Of course, this is where I'm just wishing I had Iron Sace, right?
Dark clouds gather over Temeria. The king! The country! The
Let's demand an answer, right? Like a Circle of Life or something. I don't have the best ways of reapplying armor apart from this Royal Guard, so that's a bit unfortunate. But obviously if Reynard sticks, then we could just even like Royal Guard the front or something. I mean, we could throw a Boiling Oil in here, but to be honest, it's just about drawing Iron Sace. And then your Archer should do a job for you too. I actually probably should have hit Ethne, right? Because I've got the Cintrian Knight, which would have cleaned up here. I'm just asking for this to be removed now. So this was a misplay. I should have hit Ethne here. But Reynard's looking kind of decent soon. Not surprised to see him trying to remove this archer.
A superb specimen.
This again is just where you're, you know, it wouldn't take too much longer for us to get some good value. Obviously this Cintrian Knight's getting value. I want to start getting my other engines down. So Reynard's pretty good to put down here. And we're going to buff him as well. Reason being is it's now going to take 2 leader charges plus an oil. Or poison. Sure.
The woods shall turn against you.
again and again.
Lining up slightly ominously towards 4s here. We know 5 is going to be what he's going to want to shiro here. Definitely playing in shiro in a long round is pretty scary. But if we time it right, we can... Good job. I'm surprised he's not wanted to go straight away for the oil. It kind of makes sense. For the poison, rather. His shiro looks super awkward at 5. He's got 2 5s of his own. He's got 3 5s of his own. We can also like ping Ethne to a 5. He's already got 2 4s as well. Like his shiro looks super dodgy, man. Right, so this engine switched back on. Unfortunately, this Trident is absolutely terrible here. You can just kill Varaxis if we're not careful. Definitely haven't played this to a T. And don't forget, I mean, we missed 3 big cards, right? But you can see the value of the archers with the raw guards plus mad charge. Like, they're pretty easy to switch back on. This is just a bad matchup as well because we're engines against someone with lots of removal and poison as well. Like the poison's caught me off guard quite a lot.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
I'm also just scared of Varaxising prematurely. Like, he can't share at 5. I mean, I've given him a slightly better share at 4 now. She might take. Yeah, it looks like he's going to. Oh, he's just removing armor, maybe? Probably should have. And he's going to kill this. So, I've not played this game well, let's be honest. I'd like to say it's close, but it's just not, is it? I think this is an absolutely awful matchup for us though. Like, it's a deck with just full removal against engines. Like, how many decks have this much removal? Like, none, right? And he's got poison. Definitely should have pushed round 2. I just didn't have the hand for it, I don't think.
No mercy! Oh, how lovely it burns.
Pretty sure that wasn't worth it. Rip. I was trying to line up a 2. Oh, there was a 2 there! Space! God. This is not the game, man. I shouldn't be trying to record these games when I've been streaming for so long in this heat, man. Not the one. I mean, it's still pretty easy, right? I'm going to blame the heat for the misplays. We missed a load of cards. The shiro by opponent was Questionable. It's a win. It's all that matters. I can already see the YouTube comment section going, this guy always misplays. He is so bad. What an absolute noob. My opponent had a stinker, mate. Let's be honest. Hey, Nilfgaard.
Save me some time.
Oh my god, what elephant's in my hand? Is this real life? Alright, let's see what we do. Let's see what we can do. So, we've got double knight. We've got an archer. This is begging to be Swears, right? Oh, I've only got one knight. One more on about. Alright, so I've got a mad charge. Shame Natalis is a knight as well. That would be pretty nice. So yeah, definitely something you need to be scared of in these matchups is Amnesty. I think we just brave it and we go Dahlia into Archer here. Like, if he wants to lock this, this is Dahlia's worth matchup as well, because Tourney jousts. Maybe I should have buffed. It's just so bad. Alright guys, it's done. It's too warm, man. It's just way too warm, bro. I can't cope with this heat, man. We're fine anyway. It's just too hot, man. You know? So, definitely need to win this round against my opponent here. This is quite scary. Obviously I can kill this division. But this is... yeah, this is scary. Cantarella? Oh god.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
For king, for country, for freedom!
Prepare for cut the grass. I was thinking of killing this.
A secret compartment. Delightful.
It's all fallible here. Yeah, I guess I could wait a turn, right? I'm gonna pretend like I might have a second Baron in my deck and not even bother trying to kill this thing. Jeez. What does he want this time? What does he want this time? Oh. Oh. Damn. Kind of surprised. So, I mean, I think this is a fine play. The old Reynard. We're like a turn off this knight, right? We don't have any knights down, unfortunately, so my mad charge... I mean, I could... Maybe mad charge is still the play, right? Even without a knight down. It probably still is. I lose 3 vitality. But it's just taken a while otherwise, right? I guess I go for it. Maybe I was actually supposed to go for this before. Like, it's still a good play. It's still activating the armor again. Gives him Baron value. Yeah, that's fine. That's true. That's true. But if he Barons, it also means I can just go Kwadeni Knight, right? It actually takes the lock. Is he going to take the reset too? Sure is. That does suck. But that's calm. I mean, look, we're on even. I've still got AA. It's happy days, right? Sure. Just do that and try and keep my golds in it. This is just such a nice play you're able to do. I've got 2 group rockets. I've got one here, one here. I guess you could make an argument that I should be playing my knight here, so you could like kill this Natalis and it'll make my group rocket go bad. Super late Ramon though. Wow. Like I'm pretty sure what? Pretty sure War Elephant just gets out his leader here. This has been a bit of a pain, huh? We're still cruising here. I mean, we only missed Einsace and Veraxis from this hand, so we did have a great hand. Could have considered going like Anna plus leader at some point. Obviously, I don't want to play my last card. I don't think I need to. I think I was supposed to get Anna down soon. I think that's just a misplay. But still. We keep the trusty War Elephant. I've kept worse cards. Yeah, Reynard's a soldier now. He got made a soldier in the most recent patch. Soldier and knight. Okay, so same with the Kwadeni Knight actually. For both tags. I guess we kick the Royal Guard here. I mean, these are great cards. I can keep this hand. I guess I want to find Einsace for access, and I can always call one of these in off Assault, so I'm just going to push Rallies. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just pass, right? But, like, you can see why this card's just so good as well. Yeah, it's a beast. So it could be Dandelion Vaingloried, right? Yeah, if we find Veraxis plus War Elephant, whew, 24 point uninteractable War Elephant incoming. Damn, we're really gonna. What? What did he yoink? I can't remember. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Okay, we don't want a mad charge. Thank you. Like, all these cards are just good cards, right? That's what I like about this deck. All these cards are just good. Maybe I kick the Tridem. I guess we just go Royal Guard first.
I demand satisfaction! Now!
It plays for value, right? What's my thoughts on Immortal Cavalry? I mean, that card's just 6 points for 6 provisions. It's not good enough, unfortunately. I used to use it quite a bit, right, with my old Romvid decks. Tridem's too good. Yeah, maybe alright. I was just assuming that this is all going to get locked. It's like all these cards don't rely on any synergy, whereas that card does to an extent. Show me Miss Firaxis. Wow. That's one big Braithens. Innit? So, good. Doubt.
Do you honestly think you can catch me? You fool.
I mean, I kind of want to go for Royal Guard to just protect my engines, but at the same time, like, the quicker I get these engines down, the better, right? I don't need to be scared of Tourney Joust. Could have maybe gone here to play around Assassination, but Assassination seems pretty unlikely. Expecting him to cycle leader with his thing, but I mean, I guess there could still be a Masquerade Ball in here somewhere. So yeah, here's a lock. We'll go for the next drummer. We'll do the same thing to play around the Tourney Joust. Wouldn't be surprised if he uses leader on this. Yeah, he goes for the lock. Card feels really awkward here, but you can see why I kicked the Tridem as well, right? I mean, this card's not doing much more, admittedly.
Have a look at that. Like falling stars.
No point buffing this, because I just lose points on my Scythemen. Is he going to cut the grass on this? Imagine. On Joachim. I'm just trying to play around. Oh wow, that's such a good hit. Jeez. I was still scared of Masquerade Ball. But we should still have this pretty comfortably. So I've played this to re-enable the armor. We go War Elephant. It's just a huge play, right? It's so many points. And all our bronzes just feel really good. What? What?
And it's all for me, Grog. Me knocking, Grog. Spirits will roll.
Whew. Jeez. But yeah, Uprising's just a great leader ability, right? It just is very, very solid. Let's play one more. But like, we're doing pretty well with the deck. You can see even when you're playing against some decks that seemingly shut you down quite a lot, like.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Alright. Well, at least I'm not going to mulligan this. So tactical decision would suggest it's double wall. We're going second, which is a relief against double wall, to be completely honest. I do have Knight. It's always just a raw guard. You're trying. All good here, boss. Hope you're well. Very warm though, isn't it? Not cold. Regis was... Worth it, right? Yeah, definitely worth it. Regis was nerfed, so he just has the initiative now. So... he works exactly the same. But you just can't, like, do anything preemptively with him. Imagine if you found... Mad Charge. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's kind of impressive. My opponent needs to teach me how he's done this. Wow. Wow. This card's so good, isn't it? Like, am I ever winning this round here? I'm leaning towards no, actually. I kind of think he secured the bag here. Let's just go for this then, I guess. I guess you just go for this, innit? It's NR versus NR? Yeah, right. It's kind of true. I mean, I can only kill this engine with Valor. I mean, getting Amnesty, that's huge. This is looking like a... This guy's got so many tactics. Okay, it's not Devotion. I mean, Fallible is kind of good here now, though, right? It gives me a chance of still winning this round, I would argue. But this could also get Yend, but... it's... I don't know, I think, like... this is kind of reasonable. Is it reasonable? I've still got a good hand to push this round out, right? Do I? I don't know, man. It's kind of bad. It plays for what, like 10 tempo? I think it's a bad idea. Amnesty and non-devotion is a new one. Almost like it's a hyper thin deck, man. Okay, we've got both amnesties out. That's actually kind of huge. This guy really is playing NR better than me, huh? I think it's hyper thin. Makes sense with tactical decision. It's gotta be. This is Siri Nova. Good thing I've got my offensive NR purifier. Oh. Sorry, bad joke. Bad joke. Okay, that would have been really bad if I hit Knight, but... NR with a good leader. Oh, damn. Everyone's favourite card to play against when you're NR. Good thing I kicked the Archer, right? Thank God I've got this card. FT Hold just wrecks us otherwise. This will follow a Polish
superb
beast.
Specimen, truly.
Got lots of gold in his hand. It's just Siege Elephant we're missing, I think, and Baron. The deck's really polarized, which means we've just got loads of high-end gold cards and lots of bronze cards. Like, we're not using too many cards like in the middle, apart from like Anna and I guess Reynard's sort of a middle card, and John. Everything else is kind of like top and bottom, which I think is good. So is he going to Tourney Joust his Helk here?
Nothing will stop us.
Going to War Council into Tourney Joust. That would be kind of good. Into a Fire Scorpion. I didn't expect that. I'm pretty sure this is hyper thin still.
On guard! A duel! To a duel I challenge thee!
Uh-oh. I'll take the Fallible
A
here,
superb
for sure.
Specimen, truly.
The traitors will pay you well.
Clean up a little bit. I mean, did I need to do that? Maybe not. This is maybe overkill, but I can just play bronze cards now, probably. Unfortunately, I've not got many bronze cards left. Actually, it's hyper thin, by the way. Kind of crazy. He's going to play Ciri Nova, and I'm going to cry.
A superb Specimen, truly.
So we don't want to Adalia this because of Tourney Joust. Adalia is just going to go on the Marine for value. There's also a very strong argument to just not Adalia though this turn.
And it's all for me, Grog. Me knocking, Grog.
This is fine. Need to be careful of treason. Wow, so he's actually got... Oh god. If he's actually got the combo already, we're in potentially quite a lot of trouble. Oh no, he hasn't. That's why you don't use Triss and you use Doggo instead, right? If you imagine Doggo was in his deck instead of Triss, it probably was a lot better, right? So he could have treason. But yeah, if he had Doggo instead of Triss, like, they'd just pay for 10 more points. Yen Invo? Yeah, true. I'm playing into that a wee bit, aren't I, on that Fallible? He's gonna Vilg me.
An interesting
Okay. So Anna's worth what? 5 plus 4. She's worth 9 points. Varaxis is worth 7, 11 points. Oh, I shouldn't have placed into treason. Should have buffed like Hindsace. He's gonna not find treason, and we're all good. Ah! So 4 leaders should be enough, I think, here. 1, 2, 3. So I've got 4 points here. I'm at 37. 4 leaders got to be enough. I'm not even going to do the maths. I'm just absolutely reckless, mate. See? Maths is overrated, confirmed. Uprising's just got so many points in it, man. I think it's definitely kind of fair that they nerfed old matey. Okay. So I think I'd probably get Tourney Jousted. But the old trusty War Elephant is going to do a job. I do get Tourney Jousted, unfortunately. No Ciri Nova by my opponent. Is he playing anything over? No, it just looks like he didn't draw her. Tries to be kind of painful for him. So we'll go for the War Elephant now. I have no idea what his last card is, though. I mean, maybe it's just Tibor. Hopefully it's not treason. It's Triss. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Or War Elephant. Rip. Good thing we've got a spare one. The spare War Elephant chilling in my back pocket. So you can see the value of the Knight and the War Elephant combo. I think it's a really nice option to have with this overload. And this is a really good player, Seymour. So, yeah, there's the video. We're climbing pretty comfortable with it. I actually think the deck's pretty damn good. It's definitely an interesting take on Northern Realms, right? I really love the Mad Charge. I just think the bronze package in this deck is so nice. But also you have like the really polarized gold list. Like, it just feels like it makes a lot of sense. I love the single Knight. There's not really like any cards you draw except this Knight that you're like, oh god, I really hate this card. Like, all your bronzes feel pretty amazing.
A superb specimen.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
Truly.
Thanks so much for watching. What other decks do you want to see? Maybe don't use Engineering Solution. Maybe just stick to a slightly more sensible Crystal Skull. But if you're going first against anyone but NG, like, Engineering Solution onto a Redanian Archer is just pretty disgusting. Really, really good play. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Adios.